Hello friends. So today we are going to discuss regarding one very important artificial intelligence based tool that is called Hugging Face. You must have heard about GitHub. So it is similar to that, you can say, where you have the models that you are storing. Now this Hugging Face is very important, and it is basically helping you in storing all your models, or you can locate other people have already developed some models, so you can locate the models, you can use those models. So we are going to understand all those things today, like how we can use it. We'll see, uh, can we do some coding around using Python, and we are going to see like how the things are there. So we are going to understand the transformer library that is being offered by Hugging Face, and it's very popular these days. So we are going to understand the transformer library. We are going to understand how we can use Visual Studio Code to do this thing. Like, can we use Visual Studio Code to write the code and use that? So learning will be a fun. Let us start this. So we are going to start with our journey with the introduction of Transformer Library by Hugging Face. Now, as I told you what is Hugging Face, but then we'll also discuss regarding Hugging Face little bit more on that part, like how Hugging Face is helping us and what are the things there that we should understand regarding Hugging Face. So let us start this session. The name of the session is Introduction to the Transformer Library. So Transformer Library, that is part of Hugging Face. Little bit, let me adjust this so that we can understand this thing in a better way. Yeah. So let us understand this Hugging Face first, and then we'll be understanding like how the things are there and how we can use that. So first of all, let me welcome you all for this YouTube live streaming. And as I told you, the topic is Introduction to the Transformers Library. And the library is being offered by Hugging Face. So we are diving into the fascinating world of natural language processing with a focus on the Transformer Library today. And this library is being offered by Hugging Face. Now, who will get benefited of this one? So whether you have just started, even if you have just started, you are planning to do something in generative AI, you are planning to learn certain things in generative AI, you want to understand certain models which are available. So this is the right place. We are going to learn all those things one by one. We are going to understand how the things can be used here. So that's what. So for that, let us start with the session. So we'll understand first thing regarding this Hugging Face, but one by one we'll understand Hugging Face, then Transformer, and so on. So as I told you, this session is for Transformer, and that is from Hugging Face. So whether you are a seasoned NLP enthusiast or you have just planned something in this area, so it's basically you have lots of idea regarding this, like how things are there, how to start this. So this will give you a very good start. So sit, relax there wherever you are, and let us embark on this journey together. So, what is hugging face that we have to understand? So, first of all, we'll understand like what is hugging face. Little bit on hugging face first, and then we'll understand like how we can use hugging face so that we can get the help in our learning journey. Let me adjust first the screen. This session is basically being organized by Skill Up Guru. So we'll discuss regarding Skill Up Guru later on, but then first of all, let us understand this part. So we are going to introduce hugging face first. We are going to understand how hugging face can be used. So hugging face is what? It's an open source platform. Now, if it is open source means what? Like you can use hugging face, whatever models and other things are available there. So you can use in your program all those models because those are basically open source, available for anyone to access it. So Hugging Face is an open source platform dedicated to fostering collaboration and accelerating progress in NLP. So what is the core mission? So core mission is basically to access to a wider audience. So who are the wider audience? So anyone. You may be a researcher, you may be a developer, or you are already expert in this area. So anyone who is having the interest in this area can definitely get benefited. So you can decide to have the information as per your requirement. So whatever is your requirement, you can decide accordingly. And then as per your requirement, you can have this information that you can use. And you can understand like how I can get the benefit of this part. Let us move. So we'll be understanding here. The next one is, once we are understanding what is Hugging Face, so we understood in Hugging Face, you can say it is a place where you are storing your models, from where you can access the models. So for example, suppose you have some library. If you are from development background, you know like how you can use any class or any library and access the classes, maybe through your functions or maybe through your APIs. So if you refer this transformer library is basically offered by Hugging Face. So Hugging Face is basically offering a comprehensive model hub, thousands of pre-trained transformers, each fine-tuned for specific tasks or trained on different languages. So that you can get from Hugging Face. If you search on Google Hugging Face, you can get the information there. So simply go and search for Hugging Face. For example, suppose I search here so I say Hugging Face. You can see here. So this is your Hugging Face. You can see here the AI community building the future. So we are referring this one. And if you refer this page, so you can see here like lots of details are available that you can use. So Hugging Face can be used for so many different things. For example, models there and other information also available there, so you can get the information from there. So as discussed, like this is a model hub. So you can have different models. For instance, suppose I click here, so you can see here Meta Llama 3 is also available here. Now Llama will have a separate session on Llama, what is Llama and how it is using. But then you can understand that Llama is also associated with Hugging Face. So this model hub is basically, you can say it's a house for thousands of pre-trained transformers. So you can go there and you can browse and select the most suitable model for your need. So from Hugging Face you can go and find out. And transformer is the library that will help you. That's why we are trying to understand what is transformer. So we are going to interact with these models with transformers. That's the library. So using APIs, as you know, it's application programming interface. So that will allow you to interact with these pre-trained models. So programmatically you can access those models. And these will be helping you, like the transformer library as I told you. So it will enable you to integrate the capability of that particular transformer into your application. So you don't have to build any model from scratch. It is very difficult. In fact, you have to have lots of information that is not possible, and it's of no use as well. So already developed models are available. You need to learn and you need to understand which model is going to help you in what purpose, and accordingly you can use those. So you have seen it, like you have the different models there. You just need to go and use that. For example, see, you can see here text generation. So text generation, you can see the models for that. So you can have the different models that you can use. You have the transformers, so different transformers you can see there. Those are available, and that you can use. So the point is, like, you are utilizing pre-built applications. So Hugging Face is basically offering pre-built NLP applications which are powered by transformers. So these applications address various tasks. So which are the tasks? For example, text summarization, question answering, text generation, and so many different tasks. So you just need to know how to leverage the capability of the transformer. So you don't have to write the code for that. You just need to write the code that will help you in using those libraries or those models which are easily available, and the place is your Hugging Face. So Hugging Face is offering the Transformers library, which is a powerful Python toolkit that streamlines interaction with pre-trained models. This library is basically providing an intuitive API, so making it accessible to users with varying levels of Python expertise. So if you are expert, you can find out like how you can use those things there. Hope this clarifies like what exactly are transformers and how they can be used. Now we'll understand little bit regarding the functionalities of transformer. So how we can use transformers. So we'll be understanding the functionalities. So you can see here like load pre-trained models, fine tuning for a specific task, or make predictions. Let us understand these things. So functionalities of transformers library, once we are talking about, so the transformer library empowers user to load pre-trained models. The first point you can see here, that load pre-trained models. So the library allows users to easily load pre-trained models from the Hugging Face model hub with just a few lines of code. So in the Hugging Face model hub, we have pre-trained models available, and we just need to know Python to load these pre-trained models. Now once we do that, then there may be a requirement of fine tuning for a specific task. So the model that is being used or that is available there, so may not cater to the specific requirement. So you can fine tune pre-trained models on your own data sets. That is also possible, so that you can execute certain tasks which are specific to you. So this library is providing functionality for data preparation, model training, evaluation, and so on. The next part is make prediction. So once a model is fine-tuned, user can leverage it to make predictions on new data. So the library offers functionalities for pre-processing new data and generate predictions using the fine-tuned model. So these are the functionalities of the transformer. So you can load pre-trained models, means pre-trained models are available, where those are available in Hugging Face. Hugging Face is what? It's a hub for pre-trained models. So you can load pre-trained models. You can fine-tune to suit your specific need. And once this is done, then you can use it on your own data. So that's the thing that we need to understand. So next is, we need to understand the importance of pre-trained model. So we understood like it's a hub, Hugging Face is a hub. But then what is the importance? So pre-trained models are like masterpieces of AI. So these are basically crafted on vast amount of text data. So pre-trained models are trained on vast amount of text data. Means what? They have already learned the intricate patterns and nuances of human language. because of the vast amount of data that was supplied to them. So they are already trained. That's the use of these pre-trained models. Now, what is the benefit? So we don't have to think of this part. We already have the pre-trained models available. We just need to use those models. And that's what these pre-trained models are available for. Now let us move to the next slide. So how this is being used, that is very important. So we already have the library, but library cannot get executed of its own. For instance, you must have used in past like some classes, some objects, some functions. So you are calling any function of a class, a particular class, and use it. So to support transformer, we have something called pipeline function. Now this pipeline function is basically a formidable tool provided by the Hugging Face. And who is providing in Hugging Face? Transformers library. So transformers, if you are using, so you can get a pipeline function. What for? So it is basically serving as an accessible interface, simplifying interactions with pre-trained transformers model. So there are so many different tasks which are available. Pipeline is helping in each of the tasks. We'll see one example there, how it works and how it is easy. It's very easy to use that. So that's very important and it's very easy. Like you can implement that part easily. So we need to understand this pipeline function, which is basically acting as a proficient organizer that is granting effortless access to these tools without necessitating an understanding of each tool's intricate mechanism. Means internal mechanism. You don't have to understand the internal mechanism. You just need to use that function. You need to understand like how this function can be used. And once you understand this function, once you understand the functionality of this function, then it is very easy and you can get the idea like how we can use it. So let us understand. So first thing is like pre-trained powerhouse. So it basically harnesses the prowess of pre-trained transformer models, sparing users. Like users will just be concentrating on their task. They don't have to do everything from scratch. So these pre-trained models are formidable, having imbibed knowledge from vast sets of textual data. So already available, it's a pre-trained powerhouse. You just need to know how to use it, and pipeline function is helping in that. The second point is task abstraction. So the pipeline function is basically hiding the underlying complexity of transformer model. You don't need to understand about the model. architecture of the model. Rather, you have to simply specify the task you want to or you wish to perform and provide the input text. That's it. You are getting task abstraction. So internally it may be very complex, but then you need not to worry about that. Secondly, you can see here like seamless input and output. So the function seamlessly accepts text data as input and furnishes processed output in a comprehensible format. So for example, suppose you want to translate something from English to French. So it's just you need to use the pipeline function and it will help you in doing that. You just have to pass or you just have to supply the text you want to get translated. So pipeline function is very important and it helps us. So we can have different types of tasks or different types of things that we can do using pipeline. And it's very, as I told you, like it is very simple but very efficient, and different tasks you can implement. For example, named entity recognition means you can find out specific names in the document. You can have some sort of question answering application that you can create on the basis of the supplied information. You can have translation tool that you can create. You can summarize the text that has been supplied and so on. So many more such tasks you can do. You can do sentiment analysis. So lots of different tasks you can do. You can understand if suppose some text supplied, so whether the text is negative or positive, you can find out. So all the sentiment related things also you can find out. And the real world application that I have seen so far, lots of things are being developed in this area. So for example, some sort of customer support automation. Already lots of things, lots of works are happening, like chatbot and other things are there. But then we are going beyond that. We are basically now targeting documents. So suppose, for example, in your organization, thousands of documents are there. GB, TB based data is there, and from that you want to get some information. You want to do some social media sentiment analysis. You want to do some sort of translation. You want to have some summarization. For instance, like in some cases you see like thousands of documents and other data already available, and if you start going through the data, it will take lots of time. So it is very difficult. So that's how it is. So lots of different things are happening in this part. Before we go to conclusion, so let us understand little bit regarding some of the coding that you can see here and how it is easy. So for instance, see this first application, so first program. You can see here it's a Python code. So from transformer we are calling pipeline. Now as I told you, it's a function. So pipeline is a function that we are calling from transformers. Now, important is like if suppose you have Python installed, you should have the latest version of Python. So Python is installed. So check whether transformers, PyTorch are also installed or not. So that is very important. So check that part as well. Or TensorFlow. So that is the requirement. Either you can have PyTorch or TensorFlow, but transformers needs to be installed. So you can say pip install and then transformers. Now the next line you can see here, this is a variable. We are creating a named entity recognition pipeline. Now here is the pipeline function I already told you. This pipeline function is taking some parameters. We are passing model, we are passing string there, model string, and then after that we are supplying some information, and with the help of this pipeline, you can see here this pipeline being referred here. So we are passing this text to this pipeline, and then finally we are getting the result. So you can see here, this is the named entity recognition pipeline. Now this is a simple code that can be definitely maximized. Lots of other things you can add here. Similarly, you can create your own question answer. For instance, this is the second one. This is for question answer. Again, pipeline is there. We have the supplied model. This is the task question answering. And we have a information that we are supplying. We are naming it passes. And then we can ask some questions. Now here, the point is like it's a small code, but then what else you can do? You can even supply a document, and on the basis of that document, you can have some questions. You can even ask some random questions, but then you will have to make the changes in the code. So this is a simple code that is helping you in understanding how this pipeline function can help you in connecting with the model and getting the thing that you want to do. So you are getting the output here, like the question was, what is the capital of France? So you have the information here that has been fetched from the document, and you are getting the thing. So all these codes you can get it from skillupguru.com site. So we have written, developed lots of different codes here. For instance, like you can have some translation. So how to do translation and so on. So this is what we are trying to discuss today. So as a summary or as a conclusion, if you want to see like the conclusion here, so as a conclusion we can say that Hugging Face is definitely a very good platform which is helping us in getting lots of models available there. You just need to understand how you can leverage the things. So today we have scratched the surface of the transformers library and the pipeline function. Little bit we tried understanding. But remember, this is just the beginning. So you have Hugging Face as a companion. You can go and see the models. You need to understand the transformers, how transformers is being used. and you have to understand how pipeline function is being used and which are the different tasks those can be passed as parameters to the function pipeline, and how the pipeline function with the help of transformers get the models, detail from the models, and get your task done. So as you delve deeper into the world of NLP, Hugging Face will be your trusted companion, empowering you to unlock the full potential of AI. So thank you very much for joining me on this journey. And until next time, happy coding. Thank you very much. Thanks again.